There you go. You worked your butt out the last 2 years to be here. You are heading for the Big Apple. How cool is that? You did yourself a favor and booked a luxury hotel and a first-class ticket to make your experience unforgettable. Focus is on the trip and all the great things you are going to experience in this great city. You bought yourself a city guide telling you all the great stuff you can do in NYC, and your good mood is still there until you receive the billings from your credit card and you see the ticket prices of all the great stuff in the guide. Oh man, what to do now? Don't worry. I will guide you through the first 4 days of your trip with 10 attractions that won't cost you a dime, or at least almost nothing. Please stay tuned till the end of the video for the winter bonus you can't skip. And, to motivate me to make more of this, please subscribe to my channel. This is easy to do. Also hit the like button and activate the bell to be informed when a new video is available. And if you have other tips for almost free trips in NYC, please let us know below in the comments. Enjoy your trip! Number 1. Times Square. One thing is clear, you haven't been to New York without visiting Times Square. This is probably the place in Manhattan that is most visited. The screens constantly shout capitalism and the crowd is unique. The stimuli that plague your senses here are overwhelming, and it takes a while before you have absorbed everything. This is a very artificial place and full of tourist traps, but can be considered as an icon of modern times. You can enjoy the show that takes place here 24/7, and the best part, unlike the many theaters nearby, it is completely free. Number 2, the Public Library. Maybe not for everyone, but completely free to visit is the main branch or New York Public Library. This magnificent construction is a landmark in Midtown Manhattan. This building has 4 floors that are open to the public. It is located on 5th Avenue between 40th and 42nd Streets, east of Bryant Park, and dates from 1911. It was the setting for many TV series and feature films. The entire building is beautiful, especially on the inside. Do not call it small with its 200 rooms and 10,700 square meters.
Number 3. Grand Central Station. New York is not only about doing or visiting, it is also an experience. Enjoy the city and the hustle and bustle. If you've had enough of this, you can visit Grand Central Station in Midtown Manhattan on Park Avenue. Just like everything in this video, it will not empty your pockets, of course. This building often played a major role in films and TV series. The terminal dates from 1913 and breathes the grandeur of old times. It is hard to believe that this station handles 67 million passengers per year. Stand on one of the balconies and enjoy the spectacle in the large hall.
Number 4. The Statue of Liberty. Unless you take the subway to the Staten Island Ferry, you'll have to traverse the Manhattan Financial District to get to New York's next free attraction. Yes, you can book an expensive excursion, months in advance, to the 93-meter-high Statue of Liberty, which was given to the United States by France in 1886, but it's smarter to take the ferry from Whitehall Terminal to Staten Island. This is completely free. And yes, you won't get to Liberty Island and close to the foot of the statue, but it will save you at least $23 per person. In addition, from the ferry you have a great view of both Ellis Island and the Statue of Liberty. The orange boats sail back and forth and carry almost 30 million passengers a year. On Staten Island you can visit the outlet that is located here, but then you probably can't call your trip budget anymore. On the way back you have this great view on Lower Manhattan and still have some pennies left.
Number 5. Central Park. Yes, this is New York, the center of the world, surrounded by the rich of the world. You definitely must have visited this landmark as part of your New York trip. Central Park is the most famous park in the United States and probably of the entire globe. A few figures indicate how big this piece of earth actually is. The park is 4 kilometers long and stretches over 51 blocks. There are 500,000 trees, and it has an area of 341 hectares. If you're looking for relative peace when you're in New York, you should head here. It is ideal here for jogging, walking, and in winter even for ice skating. In addition, you can even indulge yourself here as a birdwatcher because it is often visited by migratory birds. Central Park is relatively young and dates from 1873 and is, believe it or not, completely landscaped. If you calculate the value of this spot, assuming the average price of land in New York, you come to the staggering amount of at least €55 billion. You can create one hell of a garden for that. Enjoy the place and the atmosphere, which by the way is better than 30 years ago when Central Park was not the safest place on the planet. If you are looking for the little bridge of the movie Home Alone, unfortunately, you will not find it here, but in a studio somewhere.
Number 6. The cathedrals of the city. If you walk through New York City, and especially Manhattan, it is obvious that the buildings here have a different size than in an average town. As I have already indicated in this video, the land price is very high, and that means that buildings go in the air. Money is a religion here, and there are a lot of places where people come together to spend that money. Manhattan is loaded with hotels, and you can say that these are the real cathedrals of New York City. Like many churches, you can also visit most hotels from the inside without buying a ticket. A good example of this is the Marriott at Times Square. It may not be spectacular on the outside, but on the inside it is nothing less than a cathedral as everyone knows it. The height of the lobby with the elevator shaft and the transparent elevators on the outside are beautiful in a futuristic way. Let the inside surprise you and enjoy a trip with the elevator to the third floor, where you can also come as a non-guest. Apart from this hotel, there are of course 1,000 and more others ranging from cathedral to small church, such as Rio Plaza Times Square, or Marriott Bonvoy Element, where you can do a look inside with the link above. New York City's most famous real cathedral is undoubtedly St. Patrick's Cathedral in Midtown Manhattan. The building dates from 1858 and is well worth a visit. Of course, like almost all attractions in this video, totally free. It does not cost a penny to view the beautiful interior. A donation, by the way, is generally appreciated. No hotel and also no church is the Trump Tower. But because of the man who has a penthouse here, it is still considered a kind of cathedral by some. While you're there, it might be fun to take a look inside the atrium of the 58-story building and NYC home of the former President of the United States.
Number 7. Brooklyn Bridge. One of Manhattan's most famous landmarks is of course Brooklyn Bridge. Seeing this construction is a must when you visit the city. The best part, however, is that also here the entrance fee is pleasantly low. Well, as a matter of fact, it is totally free. The bridge connects Manhattan and Brooklyn and got its name to the latter district. A great trip is a walk on this structure. This allows you to experience it well, and you always have new and more beautiful views of Manhattan and over the East River. You quickly realize that you are not the only one with this idea. Big hordes of people stroll back and forth across the bridge. The structure was opened on May 24, 1883, and received its current name in 1915. The maximum span is 486.3 meters, but the total structure is 1,833.7 meters long, including entrances and exits. It is nice to know that more than 110,000 vehicles use the bridge every day. After a brisk walk, have a cup of coffee in Brooklyn, and snap a photo of the Manhattan Bridge through one of New York's best-known see-throughs. Number 8. Roosevelt Island Tramway. East of Manhattan, situated in East River, is Roosevelt Island. A 3.2 kilometers long island with about 12,000 inhabitants. A special and cheap attraction is the Roosevelt Island Tramway. For the price of a metro ticket, you can board this cable car built by Leitner Poma. Similar to an air balloon, you take off along the Queensboro Bridge and float between the buildings towards the East River. You feel like a bird, and despite the low price, it is a very nice attraction. 76 meters underneath you, the cold and fast-flowing East River passes by, as if you are watching a movie. Unfortunately, the fun is very short. The cab reaches a maximum speed of 26 kilometers per hour and thus covers the 940 meters in 3 minutes. On the island itself, you can take a stroll, admire the Manhattan skyline, and have a cup of coffee in the university canteen before heading back. Number 9. The High Line. Between E34th Street and Gansevoort Street, parallel to the 10th Avenue, you will find another free highlight of Manhattan, the High Line. This great landmark was established in 1933 as a raised railroad to serve the meat packers district in a safe way. In the 1980s, train use was stopped completely and, believe it or not, starting 1983 the southern part was demolished. A lot of discussion followed in the years to come, till 2009 the first section of the line was opened to the public. Now it is a unique park with a length of 2.33 kilometers and home of 500 plus species of plants. The stroll over the High Line gives you excellent views on the city and great architecture along the park. Don't forget to put this in your itinerary. Number 10. Little Island. Little Island is a new, free public park pier within the larger Hudson River Park close to Pier 55. It opened to the public on May 21, 2021, providing New Yorkers and visitors with a unique green space unlike any other in New York City. Components of the pier, nestled among more than 350 species of flowers, trees and shrubs, include a 687-seat amphitheater and an intimate stage and lawn space, along with dazzling views of other portions of Hudson River Park, New York City, and the Hudson River. Little Island's distinct exterior is supported by concrete piles. On top of the piles, 132 concrete tulips make up the structure of the park. Each tulip's shape is unique and has a different weight load capacity to hold the soil, lawns, overlooks, and trees. The original Pier 54 piles remain to provide habitat for aquatic life. This is a must-see object and free to enter, and it is a joy to stroll over the island, especially on a warm sunny day. Lucky you! So guys, that were 10 exciting things you can do in New York City without blowing your budget. Make use of them, as you will find out that doing the paid stuff will empty your pockets on a fast pace. As I asked you before, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, as it is free too. Also watch my other videos for new ideas. But wait a minute. I have a bonus for you, well actually two. Stay tuned to watch them. And the best thing is, they are free too. The first bonus is the 9/11 Memorial. I would not consider this as an attraction, but it is a must-visit out of respect for the people that offered their lives for freedom. Visit the waterfalls on the location the two towers were situated and visit the building that was formed as a White Dove of Peace, serving as a mall and metro and train station. You can spend a lot of money here, but you can get a flavor of what happened on that terrible date and show your respect for free. The second bonus is something you only can do around Christmas. You definitely need to visit the Christmas tree on Rockefeller Plaza. For more than 8 decades, the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree has stood as a holiday beacon for New Yorkers and visitors alike. While the lights, decorations, and stars have changed through the years, visiting the tree remains a quintessential New York experience. On December 1931, workers at Rockefeller Center pooled their money together to buy a Christmas tree. The men decorated the 20-foot-high balsam fir with handmade garlands made by their families. Rockefeller Center decided to make the Christmas tree an annual tradition and held the very first tree lighting ceremony. Today, the tree is still a landmark for New York City around Christmas time, and it's a must to visit. The atmosphere brought by the tree, the star on top, and the ice skate rink will give you the ultimate Christmas feeling. Besides that, it is obvious that especially during Christmas, shopping is a kind of religion in NYC. If you are a shopaholic, you definitely will not lose your addiction here. Make sure you booked your travel home. Well, this is it. I hope you enjoyed your trip and we'll be back next time with a higher budget for the rest.